Yeah. Now the worst thing is that they give me a whole bunch of people that are like observant myself. So you have to make sure that they can study everything about you myself. Yeah, so like I don't know if I finally got my privacy in there, but hopefully I did. Yeah, because after like you know what it's like to like be under surveillance for like 2 years straight, or like I'm sorry, for like 4 years straight. Yeah, while I'm in my bed in the hotel, I never scratch my balls or myself up. Yeah, I don't know, maybe a couple of times I might scratch my balls and stuff up. Yeah, no, because every time I scratch my balls, I always end up going to like the bathroom to go off and wash my hands. That's just my habit of it. So I have clean hands or once I don't have like things that smells like balls and stuff like that. Yeah, but I don't know, man. After like 4 or 5 years, I finally, yeah, I finally got to go off and be in the bed area. I could go off and like scratch my balls. That's all. Yeah, well, apparently, yeah. So sometimes I bust a nut while I'm in my bed area, and then go off and like change my bed sheet and shit. And that's all. Yeah. So the entire time I was in surveillance, yeah, I was busting my nut in the bathroom. Yeah, just because I clean, I'm in the special shop. No, because when you bust the nut on the bed with myself, yeah, sometimes you might leave stains of sweat on your back, on the special shop. Yeah, I don't know, man. It felt nice having a nice bed over here where I could go off and like scratch my balls. Yeah. No, I said, I finally get the chance to bust it on my bed over here myself. Yeah, I could have a chicken there. Yeah, with the man. My dude, I haven't prayed to God in like, I don't know, 90 days or something like that. Yeah, yet still. I don't know, man. I went for like $200 inside the casino last night or something. Yeah, I think I went on $200. Yeah, well, I left for like $500 extra from the casino on the special shop. I don't know. I cannot make this shit up, man. I wish I could, but I just couldn't. Myself. Somewhere I have a religious group with them. Let's try to go off and go the hardest. If I'm on like Facebook with them to go off and obtain gifts, yeah, free donation and pretend that they're like the most good people on earth. They're like the worst people on the planet. Myself, I fucking hate so much. Or so. Yeah, and then the guy over there that's like sleeping in the streets. Yeah, watching roaches crawl right next to him. So is winning hundreds of dollars in a casino over there randomly. Yeah, while I'm like fucking lost or something, I'm like high on shrooms or something. Yeah, and I randomly went inside the casino over there just for a couple of beers, and then I bought like 3 beers or something like that. Yeah, no, I left home on like 12 or something like that. I wanted to like buy the mop. Ah shit. Yeah. No, I bought the mop and stuff like that. Yeah, I bought the mop since like last night and stuff. But then I lost the mop because I got so drunk on the special shop. Yeah, like 3 4 beers. So by the time I was out there, tried to like do calculus on like the slot machines over there, and working hard, like so hard to make my hundreds of dollars over there. I cannot make this shit up, man. Yeah, somewhere somebody still found time to complain that the guy that's sleeping with roaches on the streets for like 40 days and 40 nights. Yeah, get to go off and have a space that he rents out for like $1,000 this week or something like that. Yeah, so I get to have this spot over here. I get to wear it top for like the entire week. So somebody complained that after 40 days of sleeping in the streets with the rain and the weather, and like snakes and cats, that I'll go off and win hundreds of dollars. Yeah, from like a gambling. By just losing like $30 and stuff like that. It's just not bad. Yeah, somebody still found time to fucking complain about that. But that's all I don't pray. Nothing like that myself. Yeah, I say God's always mad into my office. Yeah, why that I'll go somewhere inside of his. Yeah, as like a spirit son. Yeah, he's gonna judge me at heaven's gate. Because all dogs go to heaven. These are my best bad receipts. Now try to find the beer. Yeah, the beer receipt. Sorry. Yeah, I do the. I used to go to Alcohol Anonymous myself, but after the feds give me such a massive headache in my life, the feds The feds, the government itself gave me such a headache on earth that I was like, yo, fuck alcohol anonymous, fuck drugs. Like, yo, is that Molly or something? Is that fucking cocaine? Yeah. Is that alcohol? Yeah, I need all the alcohol on earth to go off and deal with that case here that the feds gave me. With all the work and stuff like that, so to like bring them inside of a fucking courtroom and fucking them up in there. Yeah, so somebody still found time to complain that Mr. Oliver made money doing nothing. That's about. Yeah, I didn't making exchange stocks enough. I just made it the hard way to go into a slot machine and then go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10, 11, 10. Alright. Full moving. Okay, yeah, full. Okay. Okay. So spin the wheel. Okay. Wow. Just watch $200 turn into $700. Not bad, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess I have bad luck or something. I'm going to buy my first. Yeah, bad artificial luck. Want to play God luck over. So I say you have no clue what that's like to maintain your calm on that shit over. What's up? No, because it's a serial killing crew, but it's inside the federal. And the female is the dumbest one as a white female over here. Yeah, because she's like the one over here that's going to try to get attention as if she's like in the office. So then she found that wet black friend over here. I was like, oh my god, this is dumber and dumber over here. I was like, that better be my Caribbean sister over there with my cousin. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, whenever I say my tall Caribbean sisters over there, I say, what's up, and then I go out and buy my first. Yeah, try not to like embarrass them, like be embarrassed on the special side. I say, they already got the points over here because they're high IQ on the special side. But I'm like, God damn, do not participate in this stuff whatever like the dumbasses. They're dumb myself. Still from stupidity, please. Don't embarrass me. Being Caribbean related, you go off and you hang out with this thing over here for like rumors. I tell you that shit ain't that serious. It's just a whole bunch of you don't know the Navy or the military if you're following this stuff, you know. Because you know I'm always in the right, and then eventually the feds themselves are like playing a game of like chicken with me. Because the fact that if they catch them so close and are able to prove that they somehow invaded the space, that's a multi-million-dollar lawsuit that I get to win automatically. Right, and that's why I tell you don't follow stupidity. Because I said they didn't care about those millions of dollars that's way to the taxpayers' system over and stuff. When they going around, fucking around with like the tool, the resource. Yeah, that's way to life and death. That's like giving them a fire truck and eventually they don't take the fire truck seriously. And all of a sudden they get drunk in there and they start going around driving, doing 360s and burnouts with the fire truck over damaging the fire truck, almost killing everybody around the space. That's why I hate these people. But you maintain your calm, because if you don't, the white dude like Chad the Builder over here will get you to go off and like go to prison and go end up in a straight jacket. Yeah, cause this shit is serious. What's up? No, I said the level of rage this will cause with me over here. What's up? It's like if this was made out of glass. Yeah, I said yeah. So that's why you don't see me go off and buy a gun on special, because they're looking for it. Randomly today, a random dude decided to go off and like look for problems. It's a random guy over there that just mind his own business. Yeah, I said a random ass nigga that just go off and like fucking do nigga stuff around the special and look at this guy while he's walking around the special. Have a whole bunch of people that come out to intentionally go off and see if they can get shot by the nigga over there. Yeah, while they go off and try to make the nigga go crazy and rage like a dog around the space that they can abuse. That's how you know the American space how they do their dog training. With the dog fighting ring. You ever ask yourself why is it that America has fucking dog fighting ring when they have their fucking America is not the animal plants people? No, America is the animal plant people, but at the same time they're sponsored by Australia. You know, still Owen and stuff, you know. But somewhere America have like the Animal Planet. Yeah, and the Elmo Channel, Sesame Streets. America has a fighting dog ring championship on special. And they have like not just fighting dogs or something. They have like fighting. I cannot make this shit up or something. America has fighting bitches ring or something. Like, you know, little fucking hoes that they train like dogs or something to go for. They literally train the females like bitches or something, like dogs, and then they have them walk out like dogs on the special. And they have them fucking like dogs on the special, and they have them fucking dogs on the special, and then eventually they get them fighting each other. Yeah, the wild competition, the same way that they get them fighting inside the dog fighting ranks on the special. Yeah, so America has this shit over here, and it also has like a fucking child pedophilic fighting ring too. So I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Yeah, but at the same time, that's you ask yourself, why is it that America has a dog fighting crew? Yeah, so why is there a dog fighting scene inside America? So yeah, and that's what you get to realize that some of the fucks are like some of the worst psychopathic, psychotic, nihilistic things on earth. Yeah, that have like an extreme psychosis, ultra violence in them. My dude, I work with the white people on the special. Now you got to see the white men go off on rage, trash the entire space, go off and scream and jump up and down like people, and then go off and try to make them fall like pretzel on the ground over there. Myself, the only thing he was doing is going off to like try to put his hands on the people on the special. Times have changed on the special. But that's, yeah, I just seen that dude really go off and throw some of the best tantrum on earth. So some of the dumbest ones. So I got my fair share of like white community, close and personal. Both like working with them, and then all the cyberspace here to some of the worst stuff on the special. So that shit could never fucking fool me over. Yeah, nah, it's the other ones that you have to watch out for. It's partners, because again, the white supremacy shit over here. That's where to black and white us versus them. It ends inside the domain of the drug trade. Within the drug network, it ends. Because everybody get their supply from like a drug crew over there. That's gonna be white or blancos on the special. Yeah, that'll be at war. The weirdest fucking shit I ever fucking seen in my life for real was a eugenic war. Yeah, in like Colombia, in between Martin natives. Yeah, the weirdest thing I ever seen in my life. Yeah, you have like Martin natives or something. It's like it's weird as like a human civilization over here. Yeah, that you have natives that like no, because originally you look at it like apes or something. Yeah, you have the Asian oriented monkey over there. That's like in the sauna space, like the I don't know, the salt kennel monkeys. Yeah, that's in the spots over here. I forgot what they call them. So the macaques. Yeah, the ones over here with like the black or the silver fur or something like that, and they have the weird reddish nose. And you're gonna find a whole bunch of them at the hot sauna or something like that. They're not cute. That's all. Yeah, and then that's how I tend to look at civilization on the space here. But just imagine you have all these macaques. Yeah, from like a jungle mountain. That's all from the environment. And then but you also get where is white macaques that showed up out of nowhere. Remember, they get engaged into like a wet macaque warfare. Well, like this macaque group over there want to go off and wipe off this macaque group, and it just happened that the macaque group was like a native Martinez group on the special side. Yeah, no, that it's weird because of the fact that the Italians of the group themselves already made a connection over there on a trade route where they're visiting each other's family on the special side. Yeah, so they got to develop a unique mathematics and system. It was based off the line system over here with a unique network and map. But at the same time, it evolved into like a weird, badass jungle warfare. Yeah, fired with like automatic weapons, like a high level like communication system. Yeah, they radiated every fucking zone that they were in to go from like those cannon and shit. That's my thought. Yeah, no, because I said the war itself was brutal, but the space itself was a corridor for like plants that naturally grow over there, cocaine and so on. Yeah, cocaine for odd reasons decide to naturally grow on the space here, where like the natives themselves will use it to go off and like be like the higher spiritual people inside the mountains and the stuff and so on. And then somewhere there's a page somewhere that's hidden history that should be there. Yeah, when they start that corridor and what happened on the special side with like some of the initial drug lords and the dudes that were like somewhat heaven priests or something like that. Because what they were saving on was cocaine itself. So yeah, and then coincidentally inside that space area, it engaged into like a eugenic warfare in between two different factions on the space side. That still goes on to this day. Yeah, it's brutal as hell, man. That shit was like even much more brutal than what the Islamic State was doing around the space. Yeah, no, it's just that this one over here was censored because of the fact that they kept the information what was happening private. Yeah, you didn't get the internet back then. All that information that would go off and flow too. What's up? Yeah, so by the slums already established, and they run the cable on the spaces and the corporation over here, the snakes already put themselves inside each network on the space of sound. They have a listener in every fucking zone that you can imagine. They'll go off and map out the entire network and exploit it non-stop on the space side. Yeah, man. Yeah, now they exploit it also to make sure that they exploit the signal strength inside certain spaces and they keep it weak for reasons. Also, that's way to dominant so on the space so they could send a package that's way to a financial package and then go off and keep on dominating the zone over here financially. Yeah, I don't know, man. Last time I went in Brazil, yeah, Brazil definitely had a good look of like a super state because it's a vast place for like too much resources on top, and then you have this renaissance that we're supposed to be in. Yeah, I don't know, man. If you want, you go and you follow the people over here that started a war against Ukraine, and then eventually wanted to like pat the Palestinian in the back over here to encourage them to go off and fight big Israel over here. What's up? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I said. I don't know how can I be an example, man. Especially, I don't know what to tell your kid over here. Make sure you get paid. Yeah, make sure you got more than $2,000 a month coming in before you can do what I do. On especially that, to just chill, man. I don't give a fuck about whether or not time is passed by. As I said, by the time you do what I do, and you don't got a paycheck coming in, what's up? Do you know when you end up in the streets being homeless, man? Especially that. Yeah, so at least I make sure that I got a paycheck coming too, to make sure that I do whatever I do over there. That's what it's like. Smoking weed, eating food, and staying in that spot over here after, yeah, and then achieve someone, I don't know, winning almost like $1,000 in the casino that run that we went into. Yeah, talk about luck. That's all. I see. You see that? I like my luck. That's all. I say I go around the space here, and eventually God just like show me His love. That's all. Even though I don't pray, nothing like that. That's all. That's natural. That's natural statistics around the space here, and then, yeah. So. And then eventually I go on the other side of here. I got this thing where I try to play God on the space. Moving chairs and we try to create bad luck. It follows the person around, and then eventually you try to like go off and like it's funny to go off and tell you that you have somebody falling. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, yo. No, it's the old dude that I hit, because that dude over here is the worst simp that assumed that he was punishing somebody on behalf of his daughter on the space. I'm like, yo, dude, you got millions of people that watch pornography. You're not punishing me for your daughter at all. What you're looking for is you're looking to go off and engage into a case. If I kill you on the spot over outside, I'll be the one in front of a judge try to explain to the judge like, yeah, your honor, this people tried to poison me around the space of that. So I just acted in self-defense. The judge will be like, do you have any evidence of this? Or so I was like, yeah, your honor, but you already seen what happened to the TV, but we want evidence and nothing more than evidence around the space. Yeah, so that's why I said fuck this bro. So I said, man, fuck this bro. I said, they're fucking stupid. So I was like, oh my, get lost, dumbass. Disgusting. Get a fucking clue. Myself, I was like, get a fucking clue, man. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm out here focusing on myself over there. Myself. By the time I wake up off the fucking streets over there, I got $100 increase on my fucking pay, and then somehow I already calculated that I'll be here for like the next 10 days or something like that. Yeah, like I got a fresh fucking laptop and a fucking VR headset and a fucking Nintendo controller over here. Must have an Xbox 360. Xbox 180. Xbox 180. So anyway, Mr. one and a half plane over here. What's up? Yeah, my angle. Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, that's for the math nerds over here. That know their symmetry within the triangle space over here for the ratios. No, that was one of the things that keep the space well. Yeah, no. So yeah, you have like different ways to like go off and learn trigonometry. It's just that my school over here did it by letting us learn the triangles over and over again. That's way to like just having like perfect like sizes, like the was it the 1 1 1 triangle, and the one half or 1.5, yeah, and like on the one triangle over here, and then the one, yeah, the one with like the square root or 2, something like that. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Somewhere there's like not the acute and the obtuse like the other system. I thought, yeah, these are easy to deal with. We're not talking about angles. I thought we're talking about size. Yeah, they are congruent on the special side. Yeah, don't worry about the hypotenuse of the system over. But just looking the size, like I just doing with the ratios. The ratios like the thing over there that get you used to ratios percentage. Yeah, you never get bored of ratios and percentage. It's so annoying. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't want to say 0.10 or 0.01. I just like, well, 1%, 10%, 5%, 50%, 90%. I have to do with power factors also, like, power efficiencies. So I have to know my decimals related to percentage. Yeah, because I need to do like an 80% power efficiency, 90%, 50%, all that stuff. So I told myself to not even to go off and calculate. Just to go off and get a feel, like a visual feel whether or not my equipment is working on the specific. Because I'm not gonna go in there with like a special tool like surgery. I'm gonna go off and be a surgeon. Yeah, that thing is almost impossible nowadays. All right, I don't know, man. Somewhere the guy over there that's minding his own business. Just remember, he won. Yeah, he made money doing nothing last night. I thought, mm, yeah, I don't know, man. I made somebody entire paycheck. Not doing no work yesterday. I thought, I don't know, man. You tell me where God is at. I don't know. If I got it. I said, I don't know. Is God with you over there? The fucking prick that tried to play God. I was hoping lightning would come down and strike y'all. Fucking asshole, man. That's a fucking filthy ass. Yeah, heathens and stuff like that. Going out to try to like be filthy into like try to like bring up what's it called? So they bring out idols and so yeah. They try to create a fake artificial idol for me to go off and worship and pray to. And that's a crime itself constitutionally. So I told you they catch these people doing what they did to me and stuff. Yeah, in the public with like real evidence, people will go to prison for life. So I recommend the death penalty. And so yeah, so I log all this to go off and advocate for against doing this to Americans around, especially because of the fact that originally the system was meant to like deter and find criminals around the space, and then act as a tool to go off and like protect the American people as like a lie detector test or a system that can go off and like someone analyze psychologies around the space to make sure that a highly threatening terrorist is not around the space to go off and like blow up and kill everybody into a mass shooting around the space. That's what the system is initially designed for. But that group itself, they want to abuse that system to go off and make people pray to fake idols that they create. But they create themselves. They create a fake idol, and eventually they go inside your head and they play God in there. And then eventually they have you go inside your head and you pray to God inside your own head. That's way to an idol that they planted in there. So the God you listen to, all this stuff over there that you think is visuals and like dreams, none of it is real at all. Yeah, so I had to go off and obtain a space to be able to like break away from that system itself and make sure that it cannot stream shit inside my head away. You have no clue how good that felt to like be on a plane from another space where I finally get away from that fucking system. Yeah, just to go off and like I finally feel what the inside of my head felt like naturally. I've been waiting for this for like 3-4 years and stuff like. Yeah, because that's why I was trying to like slowly get out of Thailand for. Yeah, because I had to train my brain differently to make sure that whatever they were doing, I could analyze it and like try to determine whether or not it was mind reading and stuff like. Yeah, it's not a mind reader. It's just that they're messing around for a new technology or system that sends data directly inside your head. No, it's kind of good on that level itself because they're able to send visuals like this light over inside your head over, and they can make you see visuals on like music videos. Yeah, so because that's what they use to go off and like seduce the lights. So currently you have all the lights, like you have all the singers, the actresses on top, probably sending the NSA, and the goons over there that are taking the money. Yeah, unique videos and songs inside the head where I must have to go off and try to experience human emotions around the space. That's why I hate it about these people because they try. I don't want to see this shit over here. It's like spam. You want the spam to go away. You don't want to open up your door to let spam in on the space here, but spam found a way to go off and force itself into your head and like it takes time from you. It takes my time. To go off and like waste it on somebody else's time. That's like mad dumb. They send you a whole bunch of like dumbass messages, shit that's like dumbass dreams, dumbass music, dumbass fucking shit that's not even real. What's that shit that you question? Shit that's like so fucking dumb. You're just like, yo, that's a fake dream over there. It's like, again, I'm not getting away from this shit unless I leave this fucking space. Yeah, they're gonna keep on spamming nonstop all this shitty ass fucking dream. That's what they might do. That. Why the fuck do you think I hate the current state of humanity? All these fucking simps. The simps gave up their lives. They gave up their fucking lives just to go off and live inside of a fucking space, and then eventually be fed the fucking drugs so they could just lay down and run, and eventually as they fucking slip to death or something, somebody is beaming shit inside their fucking head, and eventually that's the fucking reality that they chose to fucking go off and chase after. Yeah, they escape inside somebody else's trap of a weapon. That's why to like beaming dream inside here. And do you know what that weapon would be used for? Another fucking ad system of it to go off and spam commercials around the fucking space area. That's why I had that discussion. It's like, whether or not you want to have your kids go off and be the selector, like the hot toy on the space area, and be able to like let the customer select the product that they want. But instead, you have corporate dictatorship where we're saying like, well, I don't know, 1 million of my kilo, yeah, it's hungry. I need to feed them around the space here. We can't afford this new guy over there to just come to and like own the entire floor and go off for like go collect $25 million, and then let the poor starving sisters over here with all the children that they have to feed go hungry. So we're gonna force the people to go off and like force them to buy a product inside that. Yeah, buy only this brand over here with streaming stuff inside your head. Yeah, it was God telling you to go off and buy Savoir. Yeah, now you have no choice whatsoever. So that's why I hate that group so much. I got to like experience them early on before they could go off and make a move around the space. I could tell you they're discussing. Yeah, I don't know, man. They could not trick me into my like police enforcement, like their rules and regulation, because of the fact that I already seen the group inside Europe. So they will leave the version of like the pimps. Yeah, the pimps and the prostitutes inside some of the hotels that you go to. So most likely they were also the drug dealing crew inside that space area as well. But they were feds away because of the fact that prostitution is legal inside their own space. So law enforcement and prostitution go together because of the fact that it would be around a hotel space, a resort, where like the main person or the main group has to protect their property. So most likely they will not be an underground space or like a space that's way to like the streets. Yeah, when there's like too much violence and too much thing on check, man, especially no, because again, so the difference between a space like this and the streets is like the barbecue space. So when you're in the streets with the barbecue, in that space itself, you're gonna see all sorts of people come to, and then you're gonna see kids in there. That's less than 16 inside that barbecue within the streets. So that's the difference between streets and that space. So that space will be somewhat protected by law enforcement, and then which is somewhere in there because prostitution is legal. You're gonna have drugs that's why I'm gonna be sold legally on the space side. And then that was the fucking dumbass police crew that the fucking dumbass American over here was colluding with to then go off and like put my business out in front of everybody on the fucking space here. That's why I told you that crew itself has no fucking shame whatsoever to go off and like try to like spill the beans on like their dirty methods and how they operate, and then try to get the person in trouble back on to claim that the person knows. Yeah, I was like, yo, nigga, let me put you back into reality over here. That's how number one, I'm not affiliated with no set, not a power, no gang, nothing like that. So I'm not power, no crew on the special. So I don't have nobody to correct me. I don't have nobody to fall on the special. That's the end of the discussion right here, myself. And I'll put you to the side. Yeah. And so I said at the end of the day, I don't know, number two, I don't know. I said the feds over there pay me. Yeah, to a retirement fund on the special. And I tell them fuck them in the face. And by the time they want to go at it, yeah, I get a free lawyer from playing ball right in the fucking face with him. I get to throw that ball in the face with him, but they knows on the special side. So that's why you see me over be the hot bad boy over in front of the feds because of the fact that I know my right away. I could tell them fuck them in the face with him under the First Amendment and go on about my affairs. Yeah, so you should pay attention to the private diary, number one, and the constitutional rights, number two. That's all. So we're doing this phone recording is now illegal, and then because it's the fact that it's on my phone on my private channel. Yeah, it's yeah. Again, that's private conversation, right? That's all. That's perfectly legal under the Constitution. That's all. And number two, privacy laws inside the United States constitutional right systems of it. What's up? Yeah, so I don't know, man. Somewhere a fucking dumbass that's like military assume that I get in trouble for like talking shit on my phone around. That's my private diary. And then I don't know. So I try to figure out what's going on inside the brain of that person. I was like, is that nigga dumb or something? I said, yo, nigga, is you dumb? Is you dumb, 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 dumb? I said, is you DOOUMB BBB boobs? Is you boobs dumb, doom, doom? No, you doom. I was like, oh my god. I said, nigga, get a clue. I said, yeah, put one on one together. Connect four the dots around the special. One dot, two. Yeah, you got your pentagon, then your star mesh over. Myself. Yeah, I work in topologies and the systems that to go off and deal with. Yeah, that's way to like send meshes and assess ahead of myself. Look, again, I have to do with geometries. That's why I look at the pentagon and like the star mesh on the space up. And then once you do geometries on the space, you have to employ physics and stuff. So now you don't even dive into 2 dimension no more. So I'm diving into 4 dimensions on the space. I'm diving into the 3D field, and then the fourth dimension is what I call the field or the object itself inside the field or the field. So now I'm turning a sensory dimension over here. So that's also, it's not really 4 dimension, but at the same time it's another dimension I have to go off and think about and model mathematically. That's why it's like thermal temperatures or the system on the space. Yeah, so at one point, I'm gonna have to go off and like describe what system is gonna hold everything together. At one point, so you already know it's gonna be a matrix on the special. So it's gonna be a table that I have to go off and like yeah, the same way you do your database. That's why I like this thing over here. No, because they got them in words, but when you mix them up in mathematics, it's like so cool. Yeah, because it's like. No, because you just split the database down to like a mathematical set, like a logic. That's way to like how the math happened inside the database itself, and then you describe the formula behind it. That's how, and then you apply it into that space here, as if it follows the same concept as a matrix, man, especially. All right. No, so they teach you matrices in school, right? Right. That's proper. So that's for you to learn some things about a matrix, as if you learn in a square and its property on the space. People will be like, well, you don't need to learn all this when you program myself up. Wait myself up. So you learn the matrix, you learn the square by hand sometimes, and then in the program, nobody's gonna hold your hand sometimes. So you have to go to a library. You have to go off and search, and like see if there's a function that's way to like be able to apply matrices. Yeah, how you do matrix calculation and stuff and what's up. If not, that's where what you learn. So into like the logic of it, you go off and describe it inside your program itself as a function or like or whatever you want. So then you're gonna put inside the database and stuff. So you're going to describe it as like a program song. You're going to describe the properties of it to the best of your ability. And then whatever you can do specifically to go off and create a logic within the computer system to go off and try to like virtualize a matrix. So boom, you're done. You added a tool inside the library. Maybe in the matrix number 20,000 by student number 1 million on the space of that. Yeah, well, a lot of people don't know the tools that engineers use or why they use these tools in the first place. So they don't know that sometimes we have to go off and do simulations of the systems and them, and then you use MathLink. You'll be a wolfram over here, using quick calculators and systems, and try to write programs with Python on the space here to then go off and do calculations of the systems on the space. And you'll be plotting a lot of statistics, and then eventually you'll be designing graphs of the systems on the space here to go off and deal with like whatever engineering concept you bring up on the special up. Yeah, so people I don't know, man. The thing that made me feel so special is that I have to, for odd reasons, I have to build firmware myself. Yeah, so because I have to build firmware, I have to design UI, so I have to go down to the basic. So I always have to be at the basic of the building block itself, so to be able to build from the assembly language a proper UI directly. Yeah, so I don't know, man. That was my school, to go off and like create a circuit. Yeah, physically, all these transistors and like other components, special and then create a logic from it, and then be able to like study the timetables, yeah, the signal that system itself. Yeah, well, no, I don't put that on my resume. My college degree and stuff. I keep that at home for like work that I do on the side. And then for odd reasons, I have like strangers inside my affairs with them that don't understand that they're mentally ill. I'm not related to them. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be affiliated. Every time I watch that white snake walk around and stuff up, I just go the other way. I'm like, yo, we'll catch this guy later on. You already know where I'm going to catch him in. It's going to be inside of a course, and he's going to pay me money for like invading my privacy over him, and then go off to like claim down his friend. I know him. I should be personal with him. don't know that nigga. What's up? Don't feel it. Yeah. So again, that dude over here owes me money. He's a fucking case over here. What's up? And said, oh my god, I fucking hate these niggas. What's up? The dude's running with like the shit over here. I don't remember what I wrote back then. I don't think I wrote a fucking piece over here that I was saying ban the drug trade and go after drug dealers on the share. That's all. I don't recall writing that shit. No, we hold topics that's way to like drugs and like so that's way to like activities, many things we think about the society. You know, so yeah. So, well, I had the proper one that's way to like things about like not pushing too far, so like the entire program could go off and try to survive by becoming cannibalistic. The same way that they got them over here, busting the brains of people and going to eat them. It's a prison or so. Yeah, I said, my dude, I'm gonna have the entire black community catching on fire on the special side, just because of the fact that I have certain black fathers that don't like this shit on the kids on the special side. You have to understand, I got dads within the black community that sound like some of the worst overprotective fathers on earth. So, yeah, and so they're not gonna tolerate shit like that inside their own household. So by the time it come to, and then what you. The reason why it's a problem, I tell you, monkey see, monkey do. On especially the Islamic State copied these things that's way to like I don't know, videos over the internet space, and then all of a sudden everybody else was doing on especially all of a sudden this group of it's like one group of is busting out guitar notes on the special and then the other group of has to go off and do a better guitar notes. Yeah, so one group decided to go off and release videos of them eating people. Well, guess what was going to happen? I'm gonna have this group of it's gonna become a trend on the special side. And eventually, it become like a fucking must, like a switch or something. And then I'm gonna have a whole bunch of like teenagers going off to like kidnap other teenagers on the special, and then eating them on the special. I'm like, what the fuck? I fucking hate. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I'm like, yo, we can't have that here. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, nah. So I was like, yo, okay, this is what we do with them. So we create force field technology, invisible tech, and then we do weapon detection systems, and then we have the robot to be invisible on the special, and then we reinforce the concepts of like modeling energies or like the computer program for like their accessory. That's way to the transducers and the system over here to then make sure that we have a scene going on to go off and like somewhat build the next world of tomorrow. That's way to like the sense, the fourth dimension of the robotic system over here. That's way to like run programs in the real world itself. That's the entire point of my company over here, not to write program internally inside on the system itself, but to write program on the outside because of the fact that that's the next evolution for the future over here myself. Because they started beyond domain warfare. I did describe yesterday how they go off on like use AI systems to try to go off and feel and sense other airfield systems, and then go off to try to copy and replicate and give off false signals as closely as possible towards what the current system has on side. So they're going to use an AI system to quickly do calculations and somewhat crunch up energy on the spaceship to then go off and like somewhat bypass radars around the spaceship and be able to like somewhat create fake signals, like fake things that are like real. Yeah, that go off and be compatible with a signal and hack it from them on the special app by just morphing the shape on the system that are further up to them. Yeah, so they use an AI physically. Yeah, to go off and like somewhat hack the encryption of the other group over them and then be able to see if they could bypass the jets and the entire missile system, all that stuff left out myself, just because of the fact that they're able to manipulate the energy much more exotic way. So right now everybody's trying to race to go off and try to upgrade their system on the space. No, I give the American an F because of the fact that they wanted to share that technology with the Chinese. You know what's going to happen. The Chinese are going to go on the other side of them, and they're going to sell malware to that technology. They're going to sell the exploit, and they themselves with the Americans over here are going to collude to be able to demolish that very same system so you can go off and monopolize money of the state over them. Very stupid shit. No, the reason why I fucking hate them is that you get to see how dangerous shit gets. Like in Ukraine, 1 million. What is the smile now? Yeah. You think that war is a fucking game over? I got 1.5 million dead people. 1.5 million. It's like Thanos just went like, I'm like, fuck, man. I just watched this guy over here lift up his daughter. Yeah, I was looking for him over here to go off and like play ball with his son for like I don't know, within the next 2 years. And he just killed this dude over here. Yeah, I said, oh my god. I said 1.5 million dead in Russia alone. Yeah, with Russia alone. That's insane. Right, so that's why I don't like that group itself is because of the fact that they fucking with shit that's like extremely hot that boils everybody's blood. I say you have nuclear weapons that boil everybody's blood on the special. Yeah, so somewhere that group itself that's looking to enrich itself, especially with the AI system over on top. we then go off and cause another fucking hollow fucking war that where I want to see millions of people die just because of the fact that I'm like, how are these niggas not in check? And so I was like, you can't tell me that. I was like, yeah, they're on a fucking submarine over here, like a fucking sub destroyer. They somewhere around the fucking San Diego Guard over here. Myself, it's not that hard to like take 50,000 personnel over here and go to all their phone over here to make sure that you don't have a security risk. That's way to like the safety of all your personal and their lives on the special. The system could have done that a long time ago. I have like every soldier on their phone checked on their laptop and their communication system to make sure that they don't relay information to foreign spies or on the special side. Yeah, but for odd reasons, that crew itself, that's trying to go off and talk about technological whole stuff because of the fact that for odd reason they're not in fucking San Francisco, they're in fucking San Diego. Yeah, so I don't know. Somebody believed that they were in Silicon Valley, so they took the opportunity to go off. Yeah, no wonder Bill Gates is involved with this shit over here. Myself, of course, he's gonna be around the neighborhood. Yeah, with the enterprise contract that he gave to like to the military myself, because the entire military apparently runs on like Windows. So you know Bill Gates over here got like fucking billions of dollars of the government for just somewhat selling software and support towards the entire government system to allow them to write Microsoft Words and Excel sheets to go off and do data balance and like other stuff around the space. Yeah, so someone Bill Gates over here. Yeah, is one of the founders inside the government system because apparently they took his software on the computer systems. Yeah, not even IBM's. Yeah, life is that way, man. So somewhere, yeah, of course, Bill Gates will get involved in that. Myself, the same dumbasses from that neighborhood over here go off and like find the billionaire. Nah, because apparently he has a couple ranches or something like that in San Diego. Yeah, where's fucking group? Yeah, from the neighborhood. I thought that's probably like a fucking a little ship, yeah, little sub destroyers, submarines. I saw a crew over there that go off and put so much shit over the internet about one person, and then which is someone compromise the entire security of an entire base with the possibility of killing everybody. Man, especially while they fucking troll on the nerds, go outside the base with them and they hack and around the space side, and they hang out like teenage boys to go off and like someone lock down computers and like stealing credit card information. I thought, right, and I tell you these dudes are dumb. You navigate around them on the special side. Because I already been to prison. I see what these dudes look like on the special side. Yeah, I just go on about my first mental morphing specific, but god damn, the Navy is fucking dumb.